Hey y'all, coming to you from the ScottieDTV You Can't Cancel Cool Road Tour 2020. And today I'm coming to you from Crooked Lake, Indiana. And I got a 2019 Hellcat Redeye I think y'all are gonna like. Let me get the camera turned around, we'll take a quick look at it. Dave, what a cool car. Tell me a little bit about it, brother.
Well, it's a 2019 Dodge Challenger Hellcat Redeye. They built 4,000 of them in 19. That was the first year that they built them. They were the follow-up to the Demon.
Okay.
Dodge said they would not build any more Demons after the original 3,000 that they marketed. They essentially took the same car, changed the hood, detuned it just a little bit, and released it as the Hellcat Redeye.
So the Demon would have had just a tad more horsepower than the Hellcat Redeye.
The Hellcat Redeye is rated at 797, and on the standard ECU tune, the Demon is rated, I think, at 807 or 811.
Okay.
So
not much, but still.
Yeah, 10, 15 horsepower. And
Yep.
then if they changed it to race gas, they get the 840 that
Okay.
everybody's popular with.
And
knows
I mean,
about.
the Hellcat's very popular, but I think a lot of people think that the Redeye is a Hellcat, but it's different levels of it.
They do.
Right.
You're absolutely right. It's different set of rods and pistons.
Okay.
They're actually all forged. They're not powdered metal. It's got a larger supercharger than the standard Hellcat. 46 millimeter axles in the rear instead of 41s.
Oh, that's nice.
So they're a lot stronger. The car is just amazing. If you'd have told me 20 years ago I'd be driving around town getting 20 miles to a gallon on a supercharged Hemi with 800 horse, I'd have said you were crazy.
No way you can do it. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
agree.
and it's so smooth and it's so comfortable to drive. The car doesn't handle any different at 40 miles an hour than it does 140.
Have you had any track days or anything with it?
I have not taken it out to an actual drag strip. Last year they did an event down in Marion, Indiana called the Indy Airstrip Attack, and we took it down there and ran it.
Right.
It's a standing half mile, and the car runs right at 150 miles an hour in a half mile.
And that's from
a
zero?
standstill. Yep.
How is it to try to get it to hook up and get going?
Well, it's pretty difficult. The first and second gear on that car, just like a Hellcat, is really difficult to get. I've done some upgrades to mine. I've put larger tires on the rear. We went from a 275 to a 305.
Oh, wow.
So quite a significant difference in the tires. And it does hook a lot better. So
Is there any options available on the car? Or are they pretty much all option the same?
you can option them differently if you order them. I mean, you can get it in a wide body.
Oh, really?
They do come in a wide body now.
From the factory?
From the factory.
How much more is that?
It's about another, I think, $5,000 or $6,000 to get the wide body option. But the wide body automatically comes with I think it comes with the 305 tires.
Right.
They might be 295s.
A wider tire, nevertheless.
Yeah, a wider tire, but they're all the way around.
Right.
My wife drives it almost daily. I mean,
Right.
she probably drives it back and forth to work three to 4 days a week.
Oh, wow. Grocery store and everything.
Oh yeah, we'll take it to the grocery store. We'll get bored at night after dinner, and hey, it's a great night. Let's go to the Dairy Queen, and we'll jump in it and go to Dairy Queen.
Have you always been a Mopar fan?
I grew up as a Mopar guy,
Okay.
and then when I went in the military, I just kind of faded out of the car scene, and now I'm back into the car scene. I've got a couple of different cars that we're playing with and horsing around. I'm not dedicated specifically to one brand,
Right.
but
You have a soft spot for Mopar.
I have a soft spot for Mopars.
What branch of service were you in?
I was in the Navy.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Appreciate your service.
Appreciate your support.
Anything about the car that you think that somebody wouldn't know from, say, the commercials or just talking to somebody? Anything positive or negative? What's the most negative thing about it? Let's
The brakes.
Brakes.
The
yeah.
brakes work fantastically, but the rears are so big that it limits the size of rim that you can put on it. So if you did want to take it to the track,
Right.
you are limited. You cannot go smaller than a 17-inch wheel
Okay.
on it. So it kind of limits you from being able to get a real sticky drag race tire on it.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to put one of the DOT street tires or even a slick, you've got to go with one of the 17-inch radial tires.
Right.
Biggest complaint a lot of guys have, which I do not, is they do not come with a stick shift.
Can't get any
Manual
stick.
transmissions are not available in the Redeye, and they weren't available in the Demon.
Right.
And You know, a lot of the guys are like, yeah, I want a stick. They're more fun.
Yeah.
I've been racing and street racing and goofing around with cars my entire life. I can't put this car into manual mode and shift that transmission as fast as that transmission will shift and be as accurate
Right.
as the transmission will.
See, that's the biggest thing, is there's no goof ups.
Yeah.
Right. Now in the stick shift, you can do it 1,000 times, but that one time you get into a tight race, you blow the shift.
Exactly.
Right? And there's a reason that all your top classes in drag racing are all automatic cars. That's
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely.
You can't
You
shift
just
faster
can't
than
beat it.
our machine. And every shift comes when it's supposed to come, and it's direct, and it happens. And yeah, no, I get that all the time. People are like, oh, I like 3 pedals, this and that. Scotty, you like that? I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't have to prove I know how to drive, you know, so I'm good with an automatic. And yeah, I've never missed a shift in my automatic. And on all my stick shifts, I've done that more than once. And with all that sitting under the hood, the last thing you want to do is free rev it, miss second gear or something.
I wish I could say I haven't.
Right.
Yeah, and I have. You know, goofing around, you know, on the streets and, you know, hit first gear and it smokes the tires. You shift second gear and it smokes the tires. And the next thing you know, it's on the rev limiter.
Right.
Which is a good thing. I mean, they do have a rev limiter. They limit them to, I think it's 6250.
Okay.
And it doesn't go into a pop and bang type rev limiter, but the motor just backs itself down.
Right.
It says, nope, I'm not going to hurt myself.
Right on.
Spent a lot of time at SEMA last year talking to the design engineers that actually came up with this car. We met Mark Troxel and some of the other guys, and they said, yeah, if you do any mods or any upgrades to a Challenger, get the brace kit for the rear end. The people don't really understand it. Scat Packs, not so much, but the Hellcats, the Redeyes, and the Demon, you don't understand just how close to failure the rear end differential is in those cars.
Right.
And
I wonder why they don't send it from the factory that way.
I don't know. It was a real cheap part.
Yeah.
I mean,
Relatively,
relatively
yeah.
cheap. It literally took me 2 sockets, a wrench, a piece of string, and 30 minutes to install.
Oh, can't complain about that.
And one of the things that I found is I got a few more miles on the car, 10,000 miles. I started developing wheel hop. And I'm certain that what that was is just the bushings in that rear end were getting,
just after 10,000
broken
miles,
in.
Yeah.
I put that.
That's a polite way to put it. Broken in. They were getting more out. That's what they were doing.
And I put that brace in. The wheel hop was gone immediately.
How many miles do you have on it?
I have 13,000 on it.
Okay.
I've had it 17 months.
And what color is it?
It is, oh goodness, what did they call that? It's a granite is what it's actually called. I don't remember the full name of the color.
And what about the interior?
The interior is demon red, and it's all leather. That's what I really fell in love with when I first saw the cars. You walk up and the car is beautiful from a distance, but you get up and then it's got that beautiful red interior, and it's like, oh my goodness, look at that.
All right. Well, brother, it's a very cool car. Thanks for giving me some time today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Any chance to put it out there, I love it. I mean, it's a great car.
Right.
My wife loves it. We drive it all the time. It's the funnest car I've ever owned.
So there you go, from the ScottieDTV You Can't Cancel Cool Road Tour, a 2019 Dodge Hellcat Redeye. Hope you all have enjoyed it. See ya! Hey y'all, make sure you subscribe to this channel and visit ScottieDTV.com for an easy way to search the hundreds of videos I have posted. Either click the link in the description or the one at the end of this video.